adopted?
I got nothing.
Celebrities have achieved extraordinary things, from winning Oscars to becoming Olympians and even founding companies like Apple. Yet behind the red carpet glamour lies a struggle. Nicole Richie. Lionel Richie first met Nicole at a Prince concert when she was 2 years old.
There's a 2-year-old on stage with Prince playing a tambourine.
Upon meeting Nicole, Lionel realized she was living in an unstable home, prompting him to jump in and help. Nicole's parents faced financial challenges after she was born, and they were unable to provide for her.
What do you mean the family left? You mean that little girl has no family? That family left? What do you mean? No, the family left. Just we don't want her. You don't want her.
Initially intending to be Nicole's legal guardian until her family's situation improved, things turned out differently.
A year and a half went by, 2 years went by, and the situation with you wasn't getting any better, it was actually getting worse.
Lionel officially adopted Nicole when she was 9 years old, describing her as a blessing to him and his first wife, Brenda Harvey.
I'm just irresistible.
You were irresistible, so the adoption is the best way to go, and so we adopted you.
Despite their divorce in 1993, Lionel and Harvey remained united in their commitment to Nicole. Simone Biles.
I am Simone Biles, and I was a former foster kid.
Nellie Biles, the grandmother of the 24-year-old American gymnastics star, said Simone's biological mother was unable to care for her 4 children while dealing with alcohol and drug issues.
So I was officially adopted at 6, and then I was probably in foster care from 2 to 3 to 5.
Biles described the hunger she and her siblings endured while living with their biological mother.
I remember there was this cat around the house, and I would be so hungry. They would feed this cat, and I'm like, where the heck is my food?
Biles and her younger sister Adria moved to Texas after they were adopted by Nellie and Ronald Biles, their maternal grandparents.
But I also believe everything happens for a reason, and I'm forever grateful for that, because I definitely got a second shot at life.
Ronald and Nellie Biles have been hailed as Simone Biles' biggest fans. Steve Jobs. In 1955, Stephen Paul Jobs was born to Joanna Schiebel and her boyfriend, Abdul Fattah Jandali. Schiebel's parents objected to her dating a Muslim and insisted she give her child up for adoption.
Does that mean your real parents didn't want you? Ooh, lightning bolts in my head. I remember running into the house. I think I was probably crying.
Jobs was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs, a couple in California. Even though Jobs always knew he was adopted, he considered his adoptive parents to be his real parents. Well into his successful career, Jobs searched for his biological mother, and in doing so, also found his biological sister Mona, who hadn't been put up for adoption.
And Mona Simpson and Steve Jobs totally bond, separated at birth, as they say. And then they go on a quest, a journey to find the birth father.
In a twist of fate, Jobs frequently visited a restaurant managed by a Syrian, not realizing it was his biological father.
And I was in that restaurant once or twice, and I remember meeting the owner, who was from Syria.
And Jobs never spoke to him, never talked to him, never got in touch with him, never wanted to see him.
Despite learning in 2006 that Jobs was his son, Jandali, driven by Syrian pride, refrained from initiating contact. Jack Nicholson.
Here's Johnny.
John Joseph Nicholson was born in 1937 in New York City. He was raised in New Jersey by his maternal grandparents, whom he was told were his birth parents, while his mother pretended to be his sister.
Is that it? Is that crazy enough for you?
His mother was 17 when she had him, so she asked her mother and father to take Nicholson and raise him as their own. Nicholson didn't find out the truth until he was 37, a decade after his mother and grandmother had passed away.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Yes, it's true. Nicholson only learnt the truth in his late 30s and never uncovered his father's identity.